Good morning and welcome to the Serengeti Show Live, where we're coming to you actually not from the Serengeti this morning, but from Kili Golf and Wildlife Estate, just outside of Arusha. And I'm joined this morning by a couple of guests because we're going to be talking about not so much the Serengeti, but what you can do before and after your trip to the Serengeti. So I've got Sally here from the Great Migration Camps. She's going to be telling us a little bit about how to get into Kili Golf, how to book, all the amazing things you can do here. I've got Simon here. He's the Kili Golf captain actually, and he's going to be telling us about all the amazing things you can do here at the Kili Golf Estate. And I've got Stefano, and he's the guy who's in charge of the building behind us, which is the Kili Villas, which is a really amazing place that the guys stayed at last night and I had breakfast at this morning, and it's really lovely. But anyway, to kick off the show, first question. When you come into Tanzania for the very first time, you fly in, certainly if you're doing the Serengeti, you'll be flying into Kilimanjaro Airport, which is about half an hour down the road that way. And usually you get in the middle of the night, you're barely seeing anything anyway, depending on what flight you've come in, and you kind of really want to wake up with a bit of bird life and a bit of Africa around you. And that is exactly what you get here at the Kili Villas. So I'm going to turn to Stefano first to tell me a little bit about why Kili Villas is so beautiful and why it is the first spot that you really want to wake up in on your first night or your first morning in Tanzania.
Okay, first of all, Kili Villa is special because of it is a place to start your safari and to end your safari. Because when you arrive in Kili Villa, first of all, we have very nice chefs, food is so amazing, and the quality of service, everything is fantastic in Kili Villa. And in Kili Villa, we are very close and with Kili Golf. And when you are staying in Kili Villa, you can play golf, and a lot of activity we have in Kili Villa. And it is very place which you can arrive very first when you are coming from Kilimanjaro Airport. Right. From the main road to Kili Villa, it is only 6.5 kilometers. Then you reach Kili Villa. So Kili Villa, it is very nice place to start and to end your safari. And first we have airstrips in Kili Villa. So a lot of things, many activity. Many guests, when they are in Kili Villa, they are very, very happy, and always we are doing good.
A lot of people have a vision when they come to Tanzania of the bush. And just to explain the Kili Golf and Wildlife Estate, it's actually, I don't know how big it is, but I mean, we're sitting here, all I can hear is bird life at the moment. And I live in Arusha, which is down the road, and let me tell you, I do wake up to some bird life, but I also wake up to traffic and the mosque and a whole lot of other noises that is not kind of the bush experience that I know a lot of tourists are arriving to see. But as you say, the one thing with coming here to the estate and coming to Kili Villa is you're almost cutting out the city experience. A lot of people are coming for that bush experience immediately, so it's lovely to wake up and not have to worry and spend a couple of days here doing the activities, jump on a plane here, straight up to the Serengeti. So I'm going to turn to Simon to talk a little bit about the activities actually, because I know I go horse riding out here of a weekend, but there's a lot of other things you can do on the estate.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, I think to explain what you don't realize is that in Tanzania you have a golf course, Kili Golf, which is David Jones' designed golf course. It is a championship golf course and is world class. The standard of it, the upkeep, etc., is kept in a world class condition. So from a golfer's point of view, it is paradise.
You called it a millionaire's golf course, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm very, very fortunate in living here.
Yeah.
And I can walk onto the golf course whenever I want.
Yeah.
I can wander around. The bird life and the wildlife on the golf course is incredible. The bird life is just phenomenal. There's lots of water on the golf course. There's lots of water birds, kingfishers, etc.
Nice.
And we've got game on the thing. We've got Garanuk and Impala and Thompson Gazelles and Grants. So you're playing golf amongst them. It is an experience.
It's a
to
very
die for.
African golf course, which
It
is
is.
kind of, you know, you tee off and you've got to wait for them to get off the green.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, just if you go onto the driving range, which is it's just got an incredible view. It just avenue straight down the driving range at Kilimanjaro. So when Kili is out, like it was last night actually,
Yes,
it
absolutely
was
gorgeous.
spectacular.
Yeah.
You know, with the sunsets, etc. around it, it is magnificent. It is very quiet here. You, as you said earlier, you just wake up with no sound. You're in the bush. Kili Golf and Wildlife Estate's about 1,000 acres.
Okay, good.
It is joined onto Dolly Estate, which is a further 2,000 acres, which does have game as well.
Yeah, they have big herds of eland, which is amazing, and
Yeah,
zebras and
all the plains game basically.
and
And
hyenas. You might hear the hyenas at night, which is
Yes,
kind of cool. Gets you
absolutely.
in the mood for the Serengeti immediately.
Yeah, very true. And then, you know, from the estate, you have incredible walks around the area. And there's the horse riding, as you mentioned earlier, which is wonderful. And the horse riding does encompass Dolly Estate as well. So you do have a substantial area with which you can go around. I obviously love my golf. So that's my passion.
Yeah.
And it's a passion that there's nowhere else in Africa that I know of that you can actually come and walk onto a golf course like we have in the middle of the bush, in the state that it is in, the golf course itself, which it's a genuine championship golf course. And there's no else, you know, even the South Africas, etc., which are world renowned, but you got a book. Here, I can walk on any time I want.
Very nice.
And you can do it in the afternoon or in the evening, and it doesn't matter. So after a long flight, coming in and sitting up and wandering around, stretching your legs on a golf course, wonderful place to start.
And then you can go to the polo club for a drink afterwards, because we
Absolutely.
also have polo here too. So for, you know, we've got the horse riding, but if anyone wants to just settle in on a Saturday afternoon and watch a couple of games, that's kind of the
Absolutely.
civilized thing to do.
Yeah, there is actually. And there are professionals that live on the estate, birders, etc., and guides that will take people here. And I know they will, you know, through Kili Villas, they encompass guests and take guests.
Yeah, so we
around,
can
etc.
organise the bookings through you
Yeah,
guys, which is
absolutely.
handy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
So there are people that do that, and it's a wonderful place to start us. Wonderful.
Well, and that's,
wonderful
which is the
place.
point, what you were saying. So it's basically, you know, start here and end here if you like. So it's kind of, you come here for the hot shower after, you know, camping out in the Serengeti for a bit. The food quality does definitely not go down, but yeah, no, it is a beautiful place to stay, as we can certainly attest. And the other great thing about here, as we mentioned, is the flying in and out. So Arusha Airport is of a morning, with everyone in high season heading out to the Serengeti, a bit of a chaotic scene. But here at Dolly's, we have an airport that
Well, not an airport, but we have an airstrip.
well, we have an airstrip.
Right, which is where all of the local airlines that fly into the Serengeti and all the national parks in the area, in the northern sector, they originate from here, and they will call in at Dolly and pick you up here in Dolly, which from Kili Villas is a 10-minute drive.
Yeah, no.
So it's wonderful after breakfast, get on an airplane, and it's simple and easy. It is a beautiful area to do it. Nice and simple too.
Yeah. So Sally knows that I'm about to pass over to her. No, but Sally, you do all sorts of bookings all the time. I know that you guys have used here as well. But tell me, from the feedback that you've gotten from clients, tell me what they have been saying and why this is kind of the obvious and easy stop.
Well, as everybody's mentioned, you know, people are coming out here primarily for wildlife and nature. And from a bookings perspective, you know, if you're arriving from North America, first of all, you've got jet lag. And often people arrive in the evening. So, you know, it can be quite overwhelming arriving in Africa for the first time, because Arusha is a busy city, and it really is a bit overwhelming, you know, buses and trucks and
Headlights
all
coming
sorts
at
of
you in high
people,
beam,
and
yeah.
it's dark and you turn off onto a dusty bumpy road or something. So I really like using Kili Villa for our clients, because particularly for groups and for families, you know, it's like being in a house. It feels very comfortable, it's very familiar, it's quick to get here, you have a shower, you can go for a walk, you don't have to play golf. It's really nice for walking or jogging too.
True. That's true.
And, you know, people relax, and that's the feedback that we get. You have fresh fruit, well-cooked meals, you have staff who are caring for you, and you feel very welcomed. And for me, for clients coming on safari, it's easy. You know, it's not an hour or 2 hours to get into Arusha from Kilimanjaro Airport. And as you said in the morning, you know, a lot of our clients, particularly from North America, we keep them here for a whole day at least before going on safari, because you have time to catch up. You don't have to go into Arusha at all. So you can swim in the pool, you can relax, there's Wi-Fi, you can let everybody know you're safe. And that's a very big part of people's experience, is feeling comfortable on arrival. And then what tends to happen is that people really want to come back here at the end, because now they've had the safari. Before they go back, they actually just want to wind down a little bit and, you know, send their pictures, because, you know, you don't always have good internet on safaris. You can get that here, have a round of golf, go horse riding. We have a lot of friends from Zanzibar that come as well. It's a great spot for, or Dar es Salaam. I mean, you must have obviously a lot more, Stefano. And it's a very nice local product, not just for international visitors. As you said, you live in Arusha and come out here anyway. You know? We live in Roshi and we come here anyway. So it's a fantastic stop, and really works well for our clients because of the ease for getting to the Serengeti, and because you have such a beautiful space. You know, you really are waking up to amazing bird life. And that
a
sound.
hoopoo. I'm sorry, I've been looking at your shoulder because there was a hoopoo just over there.
I saw you got distracted.
Sorry.
And it's comfortable and lovely, and that's the feedback we get. So that's why we book it.
Perfect. The what you mentioned was we've got some friends staying at the moment with us from Zanzibar. They've popped across for the weekend. You can fly here directly from Zanzibar, which also means you can fly from here to Zanzibar too. So for the whole bush and beach experience as well, which is what a lot of people want to combine. But next door we've got some people from Kenya, don't we?
From Kenya.
We've got another golf captain in town apparently. So so people do come down here, and that is also the message. You know, we've got high season, we have low season here, and you can get some really decent deals to sort of come and stay and fly in. Like it's really worth kind of checking that out. So get online.
It's it's a very popular place for us, particularly with families. You know, it's a home feel. You know, there's the Kili Villa's got 2 10-bedroom.
Yes, we got 17 bedroom, because we have 4 villas. 3 villas exclusive villa for family, and 1 villa we sell by rooms.
Yes.
We call it the lodge at Kili Golf.
That's right.
Yes.
It's very handy for us. So it's not just families or groups. If you're 1 or 2,
you can just have a room and stay.
So it is very nice place actually, and many people who don't know here, when they are coming from Arusha, they are very surprised that we never know this
Had
place
no idea
before.
it was here.
We have no idea that there is a place like this in Kili Villa, and you can stay here and very quickly, just 5 minutes, you can walk to Kili Golf, to golf course. So it is something amazing for them, and when they are coming, they say, no, maybe they book for just 2 days. They say we need to add more days. It is possible, you know. So it is very nice place to come, to visit and to stay. It is very amazing place.
Final word to Simon, who.
I think it's something you don't expect. That is what you get here. You just find it's an amazing place to come in the middle of Tanzania and find a green area like we have here. And the other thing is, I think the weather.
Oh yeah.
The weather
Yeah.
in this area is, I think our average rainfall is about 650 millimeters a year, and we have the two rainy seasons, you know, the short and the long rainy season.
We're in the short now.
We're in the short rainy season now, but when it rains here, it rains for half an hour or an
Yeah,
hour,
no, exactly.
or it rains early in the morning, and then it's beautiful sunny days for the rest of the time. I honestly can't. I don't think I've not been able to play golf here for more than 5 days in the whole year.
Wow. Yeah.
That is
No, there
that
you
is
go.
something that is unique.
Paradise.
It is absolutely. It is unique, absolutely unique. So that's part of it, you know, and it's the access and the availability to be able to actually get in an aeroplane, fly into wherever, or get in a motorcar.
Yeah.
You know, with all the new bypasses, etc., around Arusha, it's quite easy from here now,
No, it's true.
which wasn't the case a few years ago.
There
But
are-
now it is.
There
yeah.
are other national parks. Arusha National
Absolutely.
Park is very close, actually. So I know we're talking Serengeti, but actually there are many other parks here on the Northern Circuit that a lot of people do come into. From here, with the bypass, it adds on another half hour. You're down in Manyara in 2.5 hours. You're at Tarangire in the same time.
Absolutely.
Arusha National Park is probably 15 minutes from here.
Yeah, it is.
Which is great.
It's literally what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, not very far away. There's some Ellies there at the moment, I believe, so they're
Yeah,
on their way
lots of
through.
them,
So
yeah.
the Ellies have come over, which
Yeah.
is nice. But yeah. So that's today's episode, guys. We can't emphasize enough that you do not have to fly into Tanzania and immediately be in the dust and smoke of a big city. This is around here in Kili Golf and Dolly's estate. There's golfing, there's horse riding, there's beautiful lodges to stay in. You can immediately arrive into the bush setting and start your safari off on the best way, or end your safari and wash off the dust here with a little bit of a relax before you get on the plane. Thank you very much to everyone, and thank you very much to our sponsors as well, as you can see down here. So Auric Air are one of the guys that fly into Dolly's estate, which
Yes.
is fantastic. We love them. Our Blink Technology guys, couldn't do this without them. Obviously Great Migration Camps are here. We've got Serengeti Acacia Camps. We'll be back up in the Serengeti in the coming weeks, and we'll be filming from there quite soon as well. Kili Villas, thank you for allowing us to stay. Very happy about that. Lamala, we'll be hanging out at Lamala camps in the very near future, which is fantastic. Obviously our favourite balloon guys, so Miracle Experience and Tinapa. Thank you so much, because all of the national parks and all of the wildlife and everything we talk about are being well looked after by our local Tinapa guys. So thank you very much everyone, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining.